Hey, hello, everybody. This is the Circadians, and we're going to be spending some time here, as you can see on the title of this, Best Practices when Using Live Streaming. And I think we can extend this out. A lot of what we're going to share here today is going to be and have to do with really any kind of best practices when you're communicating with people. If you see here, I do have my Iowa Hawkeye hat on. Some of you don't know, they're doing very, very well in football. I sent a lot of money there. I had a daughter that graduated from there, so that's the relationship there. Even though I live in Ohio, so again, my name's Mike Sheehan. I'm a Circadian, and it's been a nice relationship, meeting some really super people. No gurus. As you look at any of our information, this is a no guru zone. We're all learning, trying to engage with people to get a little bit better every day on social media. But what we're going to talk about here is basically common manners. And, it's interesting. We're on the Blab platform, so we're able to see each other and communicate with each other. And, but I was on Periscope, and Periscope was, well, there you hear it right now. Let me turn this. Let me turn that off. So that was Periscope. That was pinging me. But I was listening to a girl this morning. She was a newscaster, a weather girl. And she was just saying, hey, I'm going on in about 5 minutes. Anybody have any questions about weather? And within the short period of time I was on there, she got 3 very, very rude comments. I mean, just disgustingly rude comments. So it's unfortunate that the women are subject to some very inappropriate behavior in this live streaming, and but I tend not to see it in the Blab world just because of the nature of this. But in Periscope, it's running rapid, and hopefully, we're going to see some. I don't know if we're ever going to see any changes, but hopefully, if we can just help and influence one more person to act appropriately, we've done our job. So I'm going to be looking over here to my right, your left, on just a outline, so we kind of follow it along. There's really no written rules, as far as how to behave online, but we're going to share some best practices. Number one. Again, I think if I just said, hey, follow the golden rule, we could probably be done. But, we're going to expand on that a little bit more and really just respect others. When you're listening and engaging with people, respect what they have to say. Don't talk down to people. And sometimes you need to kind of sit back before you hit that send button. And then let others talk. It's certainly in this environment when there's 4 people on here, which if you're new to Blab, you can get 4 people on here. You need to be patient and not talk over somebody and wait. Wait your turn. Don't argue. This is not meet the press, for us here where, you got a bunch of people talking over each other. So let a person finish their thought, let a person finish their opinion. And then really, again, manners. Is it okay? Are you finished? It's okay to disagree, but again, do it in a polite way. We're not here to solve world problems. We're not here to engage in a fight. Really, for the most part, this platform is here for people to learn how to, for the most part, at least the Blabs that I'm in, is to learn how to become better at marketing and being on social media. So let me scroll down here. Don't be an awful person to be around. And, sometimes we need a mirror to look at ourselves when we do get online. Come in with a good attitude. When you're joining a Blab or a Periscope or any kind of live streaming, come with a good attitude that you're here to provide some value, not just to sit and take. All right. All right, we got it. Before requesting to join an event, accepting an invitation in the agreement. Okay. Yeah, it's just now with Blab here, a person can ask to come on. Now on my screen, it is locked, so nobody can jump in. But you'll see on some Blabs, person will say, hey, come on in. The host is going to see this and can accept the person if they choose to let them join the group here. Now, another thing is be aware of your surroundings. Know what is going to be seen on the behind your screen. So you can see on mine, I have I'm in my office, green wall. I have a picture there. I was a football coach, and I love Vince Lombardi. What it takes to be number one. Got some of the kids' pictures and things like that. But be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your lighting. Okay, I do have I do a lot of video, so I do have some lighting here, but and normally I have a lot of windows. So watch your lighting, watch your shading, so that people can see and make out who you are. Now I think Nina might be hiding in the shadows because she's just kind of co-hosting. But I mean, here you kind of see an example. All right.
Do you see how time goes? Because it was light when we started, and it's the evening coming. So would you excuse me to put the lights on and I come back? I think we can switch to questions more quickly than usually, because it's a common topic of interest to everyone to share experiences.
No, good idea. And I just had one more point, and we can certainly do that, was your mic. In my understanding and learning how to do this, even if your picture is crappy, but your microphone is good, you're going to get a lot more engagement with your video. So make sure your mic is good. I use a Audio Technica ATR 2100 that I use. You can see right here. That's the one that I use. You may find that the microphone that you have on your laptop is good enough, but yeah, you always want to check and double check that your sound is good, more so than anything else. So even if you have a crappy picture, I know some guy. There's a gentleman that does a Blab that doesn't even show his profile. It's strictly his audio, and that's what he prefers to do. He wants to kind of be behind the scenes, but his audio is very, very good. So with that, where's my clock here? So we're looking at, about 10 minutes. Again, we don't need to beat this. I think most everybody on here understands it, but we want to certainly share this as we're out there communicating online and saying, hey, this can be a great tool. This can be a great way to market. But we want to always remember our manners, just as our mom taught us as we were growing up. So I think Nina's coming back on. She may have turned on some lights. Yes. Now, Nina, if you wanted to, here's what's cool. I'm in Ohio, so I'm in, the Midwest. It is almost 10:15 a.m. in the morning. Nina, where are you?
I'm in Europe. This is Sofia, Bulgaria. I think I'm echoing.
No, I don't hear you. I lost your sound. There we go.
Now, I'm sorry, today I was not prepared to join this Blab. And I have something to share about the common practices. Actually, social media means that we are bringing some helpful information for the audience, and I'm very proud that we are a group of people on the circadians that work together and share common values, that everyone is equal, each of us matters, and every one of us has their own unique talent. Because this is the unique value to bring people together across the continents, languages, cultural differences. And this is the social element to share what's working, what's not working. And if you stand alone in a whatever text, article, blog, event, that's not bringing value to users on the net. You can be the most beautiful, but people will not come to you. That's my understanding. I also have some experience from the beginning of my business career, that we were instructed to have this protocol. There were always requirements and guidelines on protocols, and I believe that this is still existing on corporations, and it's valid online too. You know, not cut people, be polite, be prepared for what you do. I'm preparing my blab for Saturday. I already talked yesterday about the image, and today I shared the information with my friends. But first I thought about what I'm going to talk, who I'm going to invite. Generally, common practice means that if I invite people at home, I'm prepared, I go shopping, I think about what to cook, to put on the table, to bring some good atmosphere, music, maybe play a game, maybe dance. So these things are valid for our presence online because it's a public space. And also when I'm talking to starting businesses, I always remind them that they should look at their presence online like on a conference, like being on an exhibition, have their vision, think about what they do. It's an official. It's not like professional TV. It's a bit more casual, but actually it's affecting the way people think about our business.
Right.
I think I'm talking too much.
No, that's really, you hit on a good point here, because without this, I would have never met you. I think I've been to Sweden. So that's maybe the closest I've ever been to Europe, so, but here I'm, we're having this engagement, which we would have never had. Now, just so you may have said it too, like I said, I'm 10:15 a.m. Eastern time. So what time is it where you are?
It's here 7 o'clock. Oh, sorry.
So 7 p.m.
No, it's 5 p.m.
5 p.m. So what does that make us? So 7 hours. Yeah. So you're 7 hours ahead of us. So you've already had breakfast, lunch, and you're going to be eating dinner.
Yeah, I'm so happy when I meet you. It's always a happy hour.
Well, it's always 5 o'clock p.m. somewhere, right? So, but yeah, now we did have a question here from Bobby Roast Beef here. I'm going to show you, Bobby. Here is my phone. And if you can see, he wanted to know how this is on a phone. I have an iPhone. There it is right there. And if I click that, I'm wondering if we'll get any kind of feedback, but it's loading up. There we go. So that's on my phone there. So I'm going to turn that off. So anyways, so yeah, I've been on quite a few different blabs on my phone. Again, it's a iPhone. I can't speak for Androids, and but it works the same way. That you can get 4 people on. You can have comments. I don't know if you can record. I've not tried that, but I think all the features are there as far as somebody to do a blab or to participate in one. So I hope that answers your question. I don't see.
Is anyone from the Circadians willing to join us?
Anybody else wants to jump on? We
practice or bad experience online. Also, if you had, it's a good lesson to share. If you experience someone abusing or anything that you didn't like, should talk to other people not to do it.
And then too, let me just, while we're holding up, see if anybody wants to jump in. Another experience, it was with a female and she was getting a tremendous number of bad comments. Again, this was on Periscope. I've not seen it on Blab, but I'm seeing it more on Periscope. We gotta, you know how to unlock that, Nina? Because they said that seat's locked. So
to me, it says open.
Yeah, it says lock seat on mine. All right, there we go. I can boom. So it looks like Lindsay can jump in. And she she knew how to search back, and she found the IP address and did a little bit more research and found out that this was a 13-year-old boy who was making these very rude, sexist type of comments on there. So, and with that being said, I've heard that before. It's these young kids who, you know, have no filters that are.
To you?
What's that? Nina, did you say something?
Lindsay?
Yes.
Did Mike froze to you?
Did what? Did
Mike is frozen to me. I don't hear him.
No, I see him moving and talking. I hear him talking.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's my fault.
Oh no.
But anyway, she found out that it was a young kid. So unfortunately, that's what we're seeing. And I've heard this.
Maybe I have to restart because I'm not hearing him.
Why don't you go ahead and refresh it, Nina?
Yeah, okay.
Hello, Mike.
Hey, Lindsay, tell us what's going on. Tell me a little bit about you, and then any kind of, I mean, since the topic is the best practices, something good that you saw that happened with being on live streaming, and then maybe a bad experience that we can learn from.
Yeah, my name is Lindsay Allen. And today I am the untied circadian. My male counterparts generally wear shirts with collars and ties. And here I am with one of my favorite T-shirts on. It says, "Don't mess with Texas." It's not just kids, not just teenagers. There are people out there who, you know, I call them, you know, they're the people like who drive the automobiles and throw you the finger and be ugly in the anonymity and in the isolation that they find themselves, knowing that you can't get back at them. Fortunately, in Blab, we can boot those guys. The host and co-host can boot those guys if necessary. We have run into people who try to come in and take over the Blab and do their own agenda. Fortunately, our circadians, are savvy enough to gently, diplomatically, or as the case may be, with an axe, knock these people away, make them go away. So we don't have to put up with except just a little bit. We're not quite zero tolerance. We do give people a chance to share their thoughts if it's on topic. I have unfortunately gone into places. I've been drug into places that I didn't want to go into. The topic is way beyond my tolerance level, and let me preface that by saying I spent 22 years in the military, so I've been exposed to many cultures, thoughts, and things. But there's some things that you just got to be cool about. As Mike said when he came on, you know, if you go by the golden rule, you know, that's great. You don't have to be Pollyanna about it, but you can be a nice person. It doesn't cost you anything. So that's my 2 cents, and you guys are doing a great job. And Nina, are you seeing Miguel now?
Yes.
All right. Okay, I'll go away and.
Thanks, Lindsay. And Nina, you are getting a little bit of an echo. And let's jump over. Yolanda had a question. Best practices for length of time. That's a very good question. It depends on your audience. And you know, we do have the little activity bar up there, and if you see your numbers dropping, that's usually an indication that maybe you've outlasted your welcome. I know for myself, I do some periscopes and I keep them to 5 minutes. Now, I've been in and out of Blabs that were going on for hours, and obviously the people that were talking with each other were enjoying their company. But yeah, there isn't really, you know, again, it depends on your topic. It depends on your purpose. I mean, I've seen people on Blabs that are talking just as if they were on a party line and just enjoying themselves, and people jumped into the topic and they, you know, continue the conversation. So in one respect, no, there isn't a guideline. In the other respect, it depends on your content and what, and is the audience engaging with you. If you're sharing something and you're getting a bunch of questions and people are wanting to jump in to comment, I'd keep the Blab going. If you're sitting there and you're the only one on there, I think that's your audience is telling you that it is that it's time. So I hope that answers your question.
I would add that we usually announce what will be the timing on our broadcast, and as far as my experience, we have about 25 minutes. It's efficient to have the attention of people,
Right.
especially for the presentation we have a lot of detailed information. Then people will get tired. Unless we have questions and many people participating, then it's always fun. So it
Now, Nina, if
actually
you could do me a
depends.
favor so that we follow that rule, because I'm not seeing any other questions here. Do you have the link where people can learn more about the circadians that you can put in the bar, or if any of the other circadians have that link? So if anybody wants to know more about us and our kind of mission here.
Michelle, would you add the link? And of course, please be welcome to join us.
And then too, we have a program every day at 10 a.m. I think it's open line Friday tomorrow. So we're going to be talking about just whatever the group wants to talk about. But earlier in the week, we do a what is Blab? And then we do one later on in the week as far as how to host a Blab. I don't remember what our Wednesday one is, but it's fun. So you got the opportunities to put that on your calendar and join us. And again, we try to keep it to 25 minutes, which we're getting real close to that. Just a little commercial for me here. I'm going to be on a Blab in about a half an hour. The host is Bill Conrad. So if you go to Blab and you find Bill Conrad, Conrad, I'm going to be talking, he's going to be interviewing me, but we're going to be talking about more of my vocation, which is in the life insurance arena and how I market online. So if you want to see that kind of format, I'm going to be on in about a half an hour. See Michelle coming in.
Another guideline would be to have a team helping, because it's a lot of work keeping the conversation, the comments. Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, tell us
what's
going on.
Well, the presentation went very well. Thank you, guys. I got bumped out a couple times. I had some technical issues like Nina did. I just wanted to mention that on topic, what you were talking about with at the end of the show here, you have about 10 seconds before you're going to get pushed to another Blab that you may not want to be pushed to, something that Blab has started doing. So if you don't want that to happen, you go up to the top and just click on the little owl on the top, and that will stop that from happening.
Now that's interesting too, because that I that happened to me once, and it hasn't happened to me since. So again, I think that's part of Blab is in beta, and for you to know what that means is they're still figuring it out. But yeah, it's a good point that don't be surprised. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but when I go, like I'm on my laptop, when I click on Blab, it takes me to a Blab that's highlighted or featured. And at least for right now, before, like last week, it would start. I mean, I was already in it. Here, it's I can see it, but I don't hear it, and I still have that option to scroll down and see the other Blab. So that's what I've been seeing. So I don't know if anybody else has been experiencing that. Yolanda, if you can expound that question, it says, when starting a show, is there a way not to overlap show names? So I don't know what that means. Does anybody else maybe know what she might be referring to?
She's referring to if she wants to call a show that has the same name that another show has scheduled.
Well, if that is it, that would be interesting that you would come up. I mean, you could see. I don't know if anybody else would come up who was not a circadian.
Like come up to answer, yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. This against best practices. No. Yolanda, you can check.
Don't do it again. Nina, don't interrupt me again.
I like this. My family name says interrupt people. Yeah, I'm doing things very fast.
I'm going to pop out. Maybe
Yolanda, choose to
Yeah, Yolanda, if you want to jump in, feel free. We got a couple more minutes here, but certainly the spoken word is sometimes easier. All right, I'm going to bring you on in.
Yeah, check the Google keyword tool, check the synonyms, try to be more creative.
I can see she's trying to come in.
Yeah. You can always switch some synonyms and put a little bit more.
Yolanda, close out of that and then try to come back again because it looks like you're not connecting here. So I'm gonna X you out. So try to come in again.
I think you can always change words with the synonyms. Okay.
Well, and that's the other point here. And Yolanda, if you can hear as you're trying to come in because it's doing the same thing. Oh, there she is. There you go. Can you hear and see us?
I can hear and see.
Hi, what was your? Were you referring to plagiarizing somebody else's title?
Yeah, because I had an idea and I was like, somebody's probably already had that idea. And I did a search for it, and then I didn't see anything. And I was like,
well, you could go into Blab and you can go into scheduled and you can kind of research it. Well, and there's also a search bar. Just go up top there, and up top when you're looking at Blab, you could type in the title. I mean, that's how I have found people. We have MJ coming in, but that's how I found people, by just typing in a name or a topic into the search bar.
Put some action words. Yeah, like verb.
Hey, MJ, how you doing?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Just testing this out. This is the first time I've joined in, so thanks for having this platform here.
See, it doesn't hurt, does it?
No. I've scheduled one for tonight, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, cool. Woo-hoo. Okay.
Yeah. You can check our documents.
Do you know about how to get the link and promote it and all that?
Yes, I think so. I've done that quite a bit. I did it on Twitter and Facebook, so hopefully we'll see. It'll be my first try.
That's how you build it. But yeah, that's the neat thing. I mean, you screw up, so you do another one an hour later.
Right. Right.
But as far as
go to learn Blab, yeah.
The other part, Yolanda, is you could put in your specific hashtags, which again would separate you out. Plus, once you're in, you can change that title. I mean, you can
Okay.
But
that's perfect advice. Thanks.
Yeah, it's. I would doubt that you would. Yeah, that you would have that issue. But hey, this is the wild, wild west. As long as we're polite, I don't think anybody would mind. So.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Cool.
So you can go to Learn Blab, and we have a special download document for very neat instructions, easy steps, and that will make you feel comfortable when you start the Blab. For commenting, for tweeting.
And then Yolanda, look at, check for the schedule, because we'll do the how to host a Blab on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week at 10 o'clock.
Okay, I'll be here.
So you'd go into the search bar and type in circadians, and then you'll be able to see, and you subscribe, and then you'll get a little reminder. And but every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. Where are you calling from? Where are you in from? Where are you?
North Carolina.
So you're on Eastern time. So so you don't have to get up too early in the morning.
Yeah. When you have more questions, you can come back every day and ask what's not working for you. We have also co-host program for you to test with us.
Thank you. I'm gonna start the show hopefully this week.
There you go. No hope.
We'll see. If not,
Yolanda, hope is for losers. Yolanda, hope is for losers. You're going to start a program this week.
I'm going to start it.
Yes, take that hope stuff out of there.
I will.
All right, well, great.
Thank you so much.
Super. We'll be looking for you.
All right. I'll see you later.
See you. Thanks for joining.
All right. Well, Nina, I don't see any other questions, and I have to prepare for my one here at 11. So unless there's anything else, we've got all the links up there. Stan's been posting the links for anybody.
Thank you, Stan.
Learn who we are, where we are, what we're doing.
It's difficult to talk and do the links. Yeah.
And we will thanks for joining us, and we will look forward to seeing you again. We're every day here, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow is Open Line Friday. We can talk about anything and everything, and we look forward to seeing you guys come back and join us.
And come on Saturday at 4 p.m. This is my time, so it's again 9 a.m. I will be doing a Blab in Bulgarian, and we will do, guess what? We will do our commitment for next year.
Now, Nina, will your name be in the title if they were to search it?
Yes, it's on my personal profile.
All right,
and
so if you guys
I will be translating for English visitors too. So if you want to use this opportunity and say what you do next year, it's a great way to engage.
So this is going to be like the United Nations. We're all going to be there with our headphones listening to translations.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, guys, so look up her name. And then, again, this would be an example. You go into scheduled. You said that was Saturday. You look for Nina. You click on subscribed, and you'll be able to sit in on a Blab that's being spoke in what would be your language?
Bulgarian.
Bulgarian. Okay. In Bulgarian. So pretty neat. All right. With that, Nina, unless you got anything else, we are done.
Yeah, I will add the link just in a minute on the comments. Thank you, everybody.
All right, guys, I'm going to hit the stop recording.